This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, thank you. The stage now goes to Elisabeth Colvinan, International Deputy Manager, Barcelona Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me to say some words in this final event. For me, it's a real pleasure. I had the opportunity to participate in the kickoff event that took place in Barcelona in our chamber premises nearly 2 years ago. At the end of January 2020. After this event, many things happened. The pandemic arose, and my other speaker said, I want to congratulate the resilience of all the participants, all the company participants in this project. Because despite all the difficulties, now we are here. We have done a lot of work, and we have accomplished one of the things that we always want in the Enterprise Europe Network, that is cooperate and try to do business together. So I want to congratulate everyone that is here today. And also say that, from the Barcelona Chamber of Commerce, we have been managing 3 business networks aimed at different sectors of economy: the aeronautic sector, the agro-food industry, and the solar industry, energy. And it has been a really fantastic experience to collaborate to implement their international business plans. We have managed companies from Italy, Lithuania, Malta, Portugal, France, Poland, Netherlands, and also Spain. So this morning, we will know more information about these activities that they did, the common strategies they implemented, and also the results. And as I said, establishing alliances is the best way to grow abroad in the international market. So we are really great to be here today. And so, well, thanks also to the European Commission for the support to this project, and as a way to improve the access to SMEs companies abroad. Thank you very much, and enjoy the session.
Thank you, Mrs. Elizabeth. And now Mantas Vilis, Director of Lithuanian Innovation Center.
Thank you so much for the presentation, for the introduction. Glad to be here. And on one hand, with my mind, I come back to the drawing table or drawing picture of the project initiative more than 2 years ago. I gladly remember, with the best feelings, I do remember the day when we sat together with Jad and other consortium partners, thinking about the new forms to support SMEs, helping the SMEs and helping them not only to survive, but also to conquer the world with the new value, with the new ways, with the new collaborative means. And I do remember planning a challenging work plan, challenging services that we need to deliver, and in order to help the SMEs to grow and to collaborate more. And yeah, with this, I would like to emphasize how it is important, not only for us as institution, as Innovation Center here in Lithuania, supporting SMEs all over the world, searching for new partners, searching for new innovative projects and ideas, but also how it is important for the Europe. And I clearly connect to Nicola statement that definitely it is a mean to experiment, and this is a crucial phenomena here in Europe that I'm glad to be part of, that we need to experiment more with the innovation support measures, because definitely the world is changing. The radical changes that we face now with the pandemics, but not only with the pandemics, with the changes in the business fabric, in the global value chains and so on, requires us to change our business as well. Business, how do we support the companies? How do we help them, in order to be competitive, in order to be part of the European value proposition at the global scale and so on. And this experimentation, in my opinion, was the really interesting, important, and with already tangible impact that I clearly see. The networks that we supported, the networks that I would like to share and to congratulate that we have been formed, also demonstrates the new value, the new European value to outthink and to invent the new competitive elements for the Europe. I am a big fan and a big supporter of open innovation and network-based innovation principles that we clearly witness here with the BNet initiative, with the project here, that the networks can do many miraculous things in terms of competition, growth, and innovation, for not only for particular companies, but also for the regions and for the Europe as well. So I'm a big fan and a big, important kind of facilitator that this concept proves to be efficient. And I believe that we need here in the final conference not only as the end of this initiative, but I believe the continuation and sustainability of this effect and this approach to support the SMEs, European SMEs, should continue, because definitely it contributes to the growth of the companies. And the last discussion that we have had with the Lithuanian companies that are active players in the networks that we supported, they clearly see the value, they clearly see the impact of these activities. They went into the collaboration with the European companies with the limited expectations, because they didn't know how these networks would, affect their productivity, their business. But at the end of the day, when they joined the family, the European family of Italian, Spanish, and other companies, they clearly found out that this brings a tremendous impact, not only for the sales and the turnovers, that it's an instant impact, but also on the way they project the business, on the way they think about the internationalization strategies, on the ways they think how to conquer the world in the broader sense. Definitely the effect is much larger than the current one that we see now. So I'm looking forward for the further, understanding and analysis of the impact of this initiative. We clearly see the good signs and the good, outcomes of this. So I will be the first one, and I will be the committed one, even after the project initiative, to continue with the exploration of the effects that we created with this initiative. And I believe that this would serve as inspiration for the new initiatives that we would come up together with the support of European Commission, with the support of our national governments, because definitely we live in the time where the public support for innovation, for internationalization needs to be rethinking. So on this bombshell, I finish. I'm glad to be here, glad to contribute to the discussion, and also to be part of the European innovation support services. So on this, I finish, and I wish that the final conference would continue with the final presentations, and also a share of the goods and success practices that we could definitely learn from each other and continue. Thank you so much for the organizers, for Sysindustria, COFindustria, for the project partners, for the European Commission. Glad to be here, and let's move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your welcome. And last but not least, Mr. Riccardo Rotundo from Rete Impresa Confindustria. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello to everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, just okay. I would like to thank, on behalf of Rete Impresa, everyone. Rete Impresa is the Confindustria agency for the representation and the promotion of business aggregation and business network. Thank you for this innovative and successful project. Important for us, extremely important for us, because it exports the Italian business network model in Europe, which in Italy has more than 7,100 networks and over 40,000 companies involved, since it was included in 2009 in the Italian legal system. As Rete Impresa, we believe that with the success of this project, we have shown that the model of the Italian business network works, and it's helpful to grow. Even in this COVID period, which didn't help for sure, but it made us understand that even companies from different countries with different cultures and different sizes can exceed their limits and can collaborate and cooperate in the best possible way with a simple methodology and a flexible structure, a model that is an Italian unicorn in the world. As I said, Rete Impresa is a key stakeholder of the project and has followed the training, the selection and the mentoring of the brilliant project that today conclude their path. But above all, we are proud to have contributed to the creation of the draft of the concept for the EBN used by all the teams, and we hope to leave inherited what is done in this experience, with the wish, and with this I conclude, that the model of the Italian business network can grow in Europe as well. Thank you for the attention, and I'm done.
Thank you so much. And well, we closed this first round, and I sincerely think that one very important witness from this project is the ability of going beyond resilience towards anti-fragility, which is that attitude that creates even better conditions after a crisis. So I think that this has been a great opportunity, as many of you have recalled, to overpass limits, to overpass difficulties, and gets the best from the use of technologies for networking and more. We go to the second session, which is about the European Business Networks Challenge, BNet, LookNet, and Ready2Net. I give the stage to Giada Platania, who is the BNet coordinator.
Thank you. Daiva, have I got the screen? Yes. Here I am. And here it is. Can you all see the screen? Can you all?
We can. Yes, we can.
Yes.
Thank you all for being here.
Yes.
As I said, in January 2020 in Barcelona, when we had the kickoff meeting, and we had a terrible weather. We had a storm, some companies had problems in landing, but we were all there, and we managed to have 47 companies from 14 countries participating at the event and in the EBNs, and we made it. We made it, and together we made the difference. Today we are here at the final event. Unfortunately, not all you are here. Most of you are online, but we have here a good presence from the Sicilian companies who could easily participate here. And just to remind, a very quick reminder, our idea, our vision was to help business create European business networks in a way that they could collaborate and find new ways, new experiments, as Mantas was saying. We have to experiment, we have to change our way of working together as the world is changing, and the experience of COVID showed us how things can change abruptly. So we set up, together with my wonderful partners from the Barcelona Chamber of Commerce and the Lithuanian Innovation Center. Yeah, I'm just speaking as a front person, but together with me there's Daiva Wiczkowski and Mantas and Mark Pratt, who's one of the members of the team at the moment. It's been also, I must say, a fruitful project, because many partners and participants in the project are going to have babies, and it's just wonderful, because we can say this project has always been very fruitful from the human side. So it's not just Mark Pratt who's here today, but we have the other colleagues, Ana Carrasco and Luis Hernandez, which I would really like to thank. And together with them, we brought this new way of doing business together. And we were addressing this project, this experiment, to SMEs with limited experience in internationalization, at least with 2 years experience, and a great focus on family business, because family business are part of the backbone and an important part of the backbone of the European industry, and also to companies which had already a certain experience in working together. So clusters and network contracts and consortia and members of associations were very welcome to participate. So we're talking about working together. We are fostering the idea of working together. So togetherness is really the key. And our key stakeholders and our external partners really make the difference. So together with Red Impresa, which drafted the model of the business contract, and the Council of Catalonia, the Chambers of Commerce, and Lithuania Confederation of Industrialists, and the University of Palermo, which were all members of the evaluation committee. Today I have here Salvo Tomaselli, but also from political sciences faculty, we had a great support. And Enterprise Europe Network. We as partners are the three of us members of Enterprise Europe Network, but it wasn't enough. Just the three of us could not make the difference. So we involved, following the so-called hub and spoke approach, the most possible number of Enterprise Europe Network partners, as well as many external partners, which were really important when we organize our training events and we provided coaching services and consultancy to the European business networks. And last but not least, a great synergy with the other two European projects which were related to European business networks. So with LukiUNet and Ready2Net projects, and the coordinators will speak later, just to exchange knowledge on our three experiences. Just to give you some milestones on our really troubled but I must say, I'm convinced successful path. We started in March 2019, and we thought we would.
I'm sorry, Giada, we don't see your slides. Could you please share it again?
You cannot see the slides?
It disappeared, so please share it again.
Yeah, I'm going to share.
Thank you.
Can you see?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. And so just a few milestones. It's been really a race against all the difficulties. So March 2019, we thought we would end in February 2021, but we didn't. We started with a strong awareness raising activity involving, as I said, all the possible stakeholders and of course, first of all, companies. So it was really a bottom-up approach, and with a lot of communication activities, events during local territorial events and national events. So really we spread the word everywhere. And in July 2019, we launched the first call for European business networks. We received a series of very, very interesting proposals, and we evaluated in November the 10 awarded proposals, and in January 2020, as I said, in Barcelona, in a very storming Barcelona, we launched the 10 European business networks. And then what happened? A big accident along the road. COVID-19 happened, the black swan, and that stopped the race of many EBNs. We kept on talking together, and they were saying, "Oh, what can I do? My project is about China, and everything has gone upside down. My project is doing business with this other country, and what can I do?" So we went there as being at partners, but also in collaboration with the other external stakeholders and EN members to support companies following this way of resilience, but also trying to get the best out their strength and adapt their action plans for internationalization. We also asked for the support of the European Commission, as this is a pilot project, an experiment. So we said, what can we do? It was really everything unexpected and unplanned. And we managed to get an extension of the project in a way that companies could recover and could adapt their action plans for internationalization. So all along that road, we managed to bring almost all the companies to harbor. We lost one company from the tourism sector, which I must say is one of the most hit sectors in this business and human storm we are experiencing. And we were very fast in adapting to this situation, and we launched a second call in January 2021, which allowed us to have a new European business network, a very interesting one related to renewable energies and sustainable mobility. And unfortunately, we had another loss just a month ago, because one of the European business network, trust me, related to ICT, couldn't make it. But we don't consider, they were also very happy. They just couldn't complete their path with the international business part. But they were all very happy because this experience was very useful and very fruitful for them. So even with these two losses, we consider these 9 European business networks as a great success. And now we are final event, and we hopefully we'll propose new initiatives, as Mantas Sibilis was saying. Some steps: wide media coverage, over 290 SMEs registered in our integrated BNet platform, and we had 2 B2B sessions, and now we are going to have this afternoon the 3rd B2B sessions, which will allow European companies to match and get together again, exchange ideas, and hopefully create new European business networks. We held 10 thematic webinars, which were set up following a bottom-up approach from the intake assessments that companies delivered when they were registering. So we followed their ideas, the action plan for internationalization, and we created these webinars in collaboration with the external partners to provide an immediate reply to these companies. We launched, as I said, two open calls for internationalization. We awarded 11 EBNs, though in the end we brought to harbor only 9. I wouldn't say only, really 9 super European EBNs, together with mentors. Each EBN had an external mentor, an experienced entrepreneur who was there along the road to provide advice and consultancy in depth to each European business network, and a constant coaching from us and the other external partners. What are EBNs expecting now to receive the grants once they will provide all the documents? Today we're presenting some technical outcomes, but of course they have to do all the technical reports and financial reports, and we are expecting from them their feedbacks in order to complete our reporting and create our final guide, which will be a reference for public authorities, other stakeholders, and other entities that might find a good use of the European Business Network model. So, as I was saying, was mentioned in the integrated platform we really adapted to the digital world, and we changed everything from physical to digital very easily, because we since the beginning we imagined something that could be easy for companies that are located all over Europe to communicate, and something that could be watchable, consultable by all the companies all the time. So the B2Match platform, the BNet B2Match platform, was an ideal reference point, because they could find the links to webinars, the links to videos on YouTube, it embedded EM events, and all the documents were there. And that is also the experiment of communicating through digitalization. This is the list of the webinars, the 10 webinars that we held since June 19 to December 2020. And as you can see, it's about enterprise Europe network and the internationalization process, drafting international action plan, because that was a new thing for all the European business networks, design thinking. We need to support companies in thinking in a different way. And food market in Japan, as many companies were interested in the Asian markets, which unfortunately revealed to be a stopping point. Original goods and free trade agreements. This is going to be a very important issue even in the next years, when more and more free trade agreements will be developed. And Industry 4.0 in Germany, doing business in the Middle East, digital marketing, storytelling, very important when you want to market abroad, and the future of global economy after the end, we hope, of COVID-19. I don't want to take space now. These are the 9 EBNs, European Business Networks, which will give a pitch today, and we'll start from Conquerors of the Sky, which is related to sustainable mobility, European Automotive Business Network, Automotive, Herbal, and medicine tea manufacturers are Alliance Agri-Food, Innovative Network, Meat Taste, Meat Taste Agri-Food. And we have here some of the companies on site: Nano Asphalt Solution Alliance, Nanotech, Network of Food Tasting and Gourmet Promotion, Agri-Food, Smart Applications Alliance, Smart Cities, MAPA, Solar Thermal Network, Challenge for Innovation. The word challenge is very much into the heart of all the EBNs, because they are not participating for the money. We know that they have the grant, but the grant is not so, doesn't justify the great commitment the companies put and the efforts they put in this project. It's the idea of the challenge that's important. So renewable energy, and last but not least, Taste of Mare Nostrum, Agri-Food. I just mentioned the 2 withdrawals, Be Hotel Tourism and Trusted and Virtual Control Rooms. Trust me, which I thank you all the same, because they really were committed since the beginning, though they didn't make it in the end. I want to end, as I was saying, it was a very fruitful moment, but I want to end with this vision from 2001 Odyssey. We are in the middle of an Odyssey, but the final scene of 2001 Odyssey is a moment looking at the future. And the future is us, is new, and most of all, is together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Giada, for this wonderful presentation of the project. And now I give the word to Michele Feletig from LookNet, who is the coordinator of LookNet. Michele, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Moment. Do you see my screen? No.
Yes, we do.
Yes, but there is the other.
We don't see the presentation. We see your screen.
In fact, I have 2 screens. Okay, I put here. Okay, so good morning, everybody, and thank you. Thanks a lot, Giada, Confindustria Sicily, for the invitation today and also for the opportunity to present this the project, the LucioNet project, and also for the collaboration that together we have carried out in the different phases of the project with BNet and Ready2Net projects. So the
Michele, can you put it in
yes,
slide mode, presentation mode?
in fact, because I change. No, I had, but I don't find the presentation mode here.
On the red screen, at the bottom line, there you should see.
No, there is not. No, presentazione. Ma no, in video mi hai messo.
There it is.
No. Okay, okay, now it is. Okay, thank you. So the LucioNet project has been one of the three projects together with Ready2Net and B2Net and BNet, and as experience as first experience of setting up and realization of a common project for the SMEs organizing in aggregation on the networks. So okay. The project has been organized with the partner from Unioncamere Emilia Romagna, Handwerk Baden-Württemberg for Germany, Baden-Württemberg International, Toledo Chamber of Commerce, Free Entrepreneurship Association from Gdansk, Poland, and Plovdiv Chamber of Commerce. We started the project in April 2019 and finished it in May of this year. In general, I can't. Okay. The regional trajectory that we applied have been 5: sustainable living, mechatronics, agri-food industry, smart health, and tourism, cultural and digital tourism. The logic that we applied in the project was to organize in the decentralized way of setting up and management of the network, in order that each partner had its responsibility to organize and implement the activity in its area. The main logic of application and of implementation has been the following. First of all, we had a great integration, synergy, harmonization of the activity with the BNet and Ready2Net projects. In what? In sharing methodology, in the activity like scouting of SMEs, and also in the phase of definition of agreements. So in the definition and preparation of the letter of the memberships between the SMEs in their specific networks. So not only with the juridical aspects, but also with the strategic and operative aspects in order to see their sustainability in the future. Then another very relevant point was the involvement of the EN partners in the operative action of SME selection during the activity. We activated a very relevant contact with the EN points and the partners in Slovenia, in Croatia, in Romania, in Czech Republic, Slovakia, in order that not only to provide a common service to like in the logic of a client journey, but involving the SMEs and introducing them in new opportunities and new logic of working together with the other SMEs, European SMEs. So some aspect has been to analyze the complementarity of the products in the logic of the networks, the analysis of the same distribution channels, also contribute and share and contribution and sharing to the potential common strategic plans, in order also to create a sort of I think, a sort of mastermind group in to create and setting up the networks. So this activity was very hard, and I think that the involvement of the EN partners has been a key success factor in the implementation of the activity. Also to give them quality, to introduce high-level SMEs or small SMEs, but with the correct mentality and adequate to this kind of projects. Then another relevant tool that we have used and all our partners used during the implementation has been the brokerage event. Brokerage event database is very important, not only because focused on specific regional trajectories, strategic RS3, but also for the level of the contacts, the company description, and also main contacts, relevant person contact in the company. So this was the base of activity, and then there was a lot of hard work to present, to clearly introduce the advantages of implementing and setting up common projects. So this work was long, hard, and we estimated a number of 3,000 more SMEs informed, with the aim to set up the 10 networks. Then so the logic that we applied was a sort of horizontal networks logic, in order that the SMEs had the opportunity to develop, expand, and improve their international business, integrating the single commercial offer in one offer, wider and more complete in the logic of the networks, in order to create an economy of scale and better, harder, bigger impact in the foreign markets. Another relevant moment was the preparation, from the substantial viewpoint, was the preparation of letter of SMEs membership with its related and attached action plan. It was based on the introduction of the companies in the logic of the group into new commercial channels of common interest of all the companies in the group, and also in the application of economy of scales in all the activities of the strategic and operative action plan. So the letter of membership was a very relevant point in order to formalize, to clarify the relationships, the mutual relations between the companies, and also in order to see an action plan feasible and operatively applicable. So another step was after the letter of membership was to organize and to start the implementation and the carrying out of the activities.
Mr.
Please?
Fleti, you have to
out of time. Sure. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. So result. Yes. So I talk about the results. 14 partnership agreements in logic of network has been signed, and more than 40 are under negotiation. Then I take another 30 seconds to indicate and to present some of the networks. Health Supply Net was organized by and made by 2 Italian companies, one from Slovenia, another from Spain, and another from Bulgaria. Logic of the group was to introduce the activity to distributor with common interest, and these were the target countries. Then another was this, with the logic also to introduce Italian, Slovenian, German companies in a common presentation of their products. And this is the list that you can see in also on the website of the networks, indicating the sectors and the countries of reference. Some final consideration. The phase of SMEs selection and ABN setting up is essential, is vital, because the verification of common objectives and sustainable and setting up of sustainable strategic initiative is the key success factor of a network. I also highlight the role of the network coordinator in the preparation, elaboration of the letter of membership, and also in the implementation phase. Then final phrase is that considering that the size of the SMEs is medium and small in general, and on the other side, the company had the opportunity to present itself with a bigger commercial critical mass in the impact of the market, the project has concretely demonstrated that EU SMEs network can represent a step forward at the organizational and business development level of the SMEs in the European Union. So I agree with the indication of the partner from Lithuania that talk about a new form of collaboration. And with this presentation, I thank again Giada, Confindustria Sicily, and also Mrs. Morris of European Commission for being present today. And thank you very much again. Enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Now the stage goes to Ilaria Bonetti from Ready2Net.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hello, I try to share my screen. Can see it? Okay, can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. Thank you a lot. Thank you again for inviting me to attend this final BNet event. It was really a pleasure to collaborate with the other twin projects that were selected together with Ready2Net by Cosme a couple of years ago. We are a little bit far from the end, not too far actually, because we are going to finish our activities by the end of August. The approach that we adopted in the Ready2Net is very much similar to the one that was also followed by the other two projects. So the idea of this initiative was that of increasing the capacity for European SMEs to be more competitive on international markets. So the main goal was the creation of 10 networks for export, made up of a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 8 SMEs from at least 3 European countries. We in particular identified the 6 target sectors: bioeconomy, food design, advanced manufacturing. And the idea, as was also well explained in the previous presentation, was that of providing a financial support, 25,000 euros for each network, to carry out export activities, do coaching and training, and develop partner search and implement other services. So actually, we identified 3 steps. The first one was the selection of individual SMEs. So we started a call to identify SMEs that could benefit from this opportunity. The second step was that of stimulating the creation of connection among those SMEs so as to find potential partners and build the network. The third step was that of submitting the network project idea and being selected for further support. In this project, we are 5 partners. You can find them listed above. We are the coordinator of Ready2Net. For those that doesn't know us, we are a research organization. We are based in Milan, and we are fully owned by the Chamber of Commerce of Milan. And we are actively involved in Enterprise Europe Network within the Simpler Consortium. In addition to us, we had the Council of Chambers of the Valencian Community from Spain, the Krakow Chamber of Commerce from Poland, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry from Wraca in Bulgaria, and the Latvian Technological Center Foundation from Latvia. The project, as I said, was structured into 5 phases. The first one was totally addressed at the identification of target groups, so identification of the sectors and of the kind of subject that we wanted to support through this initiative. Then the preparation and publication of the call for applicants, the network setup, so the creation of the networks in the 6 sectors, the activities of training and coaching that has been delivered in collaboration with Promos Italia for the production of action plan for each network. Then where we are now, so the carrying out of international activities and exploitation of EEN services. And the last phase is going to be the collection of the measurable results. So you can find in this slide the two different type of networks that we have identified and selected. Some networks can be considered as complementary, so they operate in the same value chain, even if they do different things. You can see in the arrows, SME1 is dedicated to production, the second one to finishing, the third one to brand retailer. So the idea was that of operating in the whole value chain. The traditional export network is the one where the companies have the same role and they operate in the same field. And you can find also reported the complementary networks that was mainly related to textile machinery and advanced manufacturing, while the traditional ones were vertical on design, bioeconomy, and food. So we started the call for applicants, and we, as I said, aimed at selecting a minimum of 40 and maximum of 80 companies that could participate and cooperate in this initiative. And you can find here the sectors with the details that we put on the call so that the company could understand what we were looking for. And after a huge work of selection, we managed to identify 10 networks. Unfortunately, you can find in this table that the networks are only 9 because we lost one on the way. The COVID situation, as you know, it was already said, was a really big challenge. And unfortunately, some companies didn't manage to overcome. We had one network that decided to withdraw, and in other networks we had a change of companies, so not the network in total, but some companies sometimes contacted us informing that they were not able anymore to be part of this initiative. So we started a selection process to find a replacement, and luckily we managed to do it. So at the end, these are the 9 networks that are running at the moment, and I can say that they are really heroes because they managed to go on in these hard difficulties and also changing their minds from a traditional way of doing marketing and being and doing internationalization towards an alternative and innovative way, making use of digital services. So it was really an interesting opportunity even for us to understand how it works and how companies can really change their way of moving according to the outside situation. The COVID was unexpected for all of us, but we were afraid that that could stop totally most of the project. At the end, we only had to postpone a little bit the deadlines, but they managed to do all the works they had planned. The project Ready2Net that was mentioned already before is one of the twin projects together with BNet and Look EUnet, and all these 3 projects started from the very beginning, operated in synergy, sharing documents, strategies, companies also, because we signposted company to participate to the different call for applicants when some of them were not suitable for one, but maybe were more suitable for the other. And this approach is of course in line with the hub and spoke and client journey idea that it's in the background of the whole initiatives. And last but not least, we are also working to integrate all the inputs into a unique guidelines so as to optimize context and impact. And just for you to know some details to contact me if you should have any requests or clarification. The link of the project where you can find the networks and some details about what they do and what they are doing and the results they have achieved so far. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mrs. Bonetti, for your presentation. Interestingly, in this case, we also have some networking within the networks, because some companies, it was mentioned, some companies from other networks participated in this network. So
Absolutely.
there is a sort of contamination between the different networks.
Yes.
Now the stage goes to the presentations, to the speeches. And we will have 4 presentations before the break, and then we have 15 minutes break, and we'll continue with the others. The first 4 are COSCAI, EABN, HMTMA, and Meat Taste. Let's start with COSCAI. Taurimas Vallis is the presenter. The stage is yours for 10 minutes.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I would like to congratulate the Italian team with a great victory a few days ago. We're very glad that, you know, the trophy stays in Europe. So I believe that if we had like live meeting, perhaps we would have like most of the applauses here. Yeah, and coming back to our project, so I'm very honored to represent our case. I'm representing Rotterdam Orca Business Advisor Services company. And since I'm abroad, I would like to help my colleagues to change the slides. So could you please press the next slide? Okay, so just few remarks about our consortium. So it consists of 6 small and medium-sized enterprises from 5 different European Union countries, as you see. So all these companies gathered, you know, in order to achieve mutual goals. The next slide, please. May I have the next slide, please? Okay, so the main idea was like for these small and medium-sized enterprises to ally, you know, our forces and to help like gliders and powered gliders to hit the very promising American market together with Canadian market, because it was considered that those markets are very promising, because several sectors where gliders and power gliders have a great opportunities to grow. For example, in agriculture and hydrometeorological research areas, we saw a great potential, and obviously, like those, you know, this company itself would have not enough competences to cover, like, you know, successful exposure of its business in this market. So that's why, you know, we have this consortium with different competences. They're, you know, mostly covering most of the areas from engineering, marketing, and different other related international commerce competences. So we're very excited to ally our forces in order to achieve those goals. And the next slide, please. So what we were doing first, you know, we had several meetings among our partners, with our associate partners, and in general, we were doing like overall marketing research analysis by assessing all opportunities, all possible risks that could be, you know, transformed into opportunities at the moment, especially nowadays life. Nowadays situation, and which is like COVID-19 situation that we never had before, and we're very glad that, you know, this cooperation nowadays was a bit, on one hand, like challenging, on the other hand easier, because like everybody got used to those online solutions. So our consortium was had a benefit of using, you know, all those online, you know, communicating opportunities on one hand. So that's why, you know, we were I could see successful under such kind of circumstances to have this research, and we were analyzing different aspects, how to approach, you know, this quite tough and competitive market. And the next slide, please. So what we were doing mainly, so we were facing the main challenge, which was like glider design first. So in general, we consider that the main challenge was in general design and a wide perspective. which was like including like all possible aspects from website, from like brand book part, from different techniques, how could be like, you know, this market approached. And we were discussing with our partners all around the world, especially focusing in the United States and Canadian markets, of course, because that was the main target, how to beat this goal. And we're very glad that during this process, we were capable to communicate through different chambers of commerce, different contemporary networks like Business Network International, which most of them they were accessible through online tools, and that's why we got the most efficient feedback from them. And what makes us to be confident that, you know, the insights we got during the whole process will be efficient in our case. And the next slide, please. So during the whole process, I must say that, you know, in a quite fast period, we adopted, you know, all those mentioned insights during the whole process, and the brand book is finally made. We're proud of this job, you know, that you know, which as I said, consists of, you know, from different angle, you know, expertises and from different countries. And we can now say that, you know, now current brand book is perfectly made for American and Canadian market, and it's ready, you know, to be used, you know, for the company. So the next slide, please. And yeah, so as I said, you know, it's completely prepared. We can use it at the moment, and we're very glad that we could, you know, achieve, you know, this goal, because initially it was we had quite a you know, ambitious goal, and in a very short period, and it was challenging since like some of the consumers that we're trying to target, you know, they seem quite old-fashioned, but we're very glad that this COVID-19 situation allowed us to, as I said, to use, you know, those techniques that were empowering us, you know, to get the feedback right away, you know, in a few seconds. So we're very glad from the feedbacks what we received, you know, from the American and Canadian markets at the moment, that it's quite efficient, it's clear, it's efficient. And the good news that now that we already are at the end of this month, we're planning to sign some first in the distribution agreements with our initial partners in Florida, and we hope that, you know, it's going to be a great successful story for our consortium. And this is how we will start the exposure in this target market. So the next slide, please. So as I said, you know, currently we're working on several roadshows. We have adopted this brand book for several presentations at the moment in the U.S. market. And apart from the mentioned before, that we're already signing, you know, an agreement with the first distributors in Florida. We have planned an additional plan and adopted it, you know, based on our brand book to go to further states and Canadian market. So basically, as I said before, during this tough period, during this short period, we're glad that, and we're proud of ourselves that we have made a good job, and that, you know, the company is ready, you know, for the exposure in the American and Canadian market. So that would be it. Thank you for your attention, and I would be more than happy to answer the questions if I wouldn't. So I would ask my colleagues to help me later. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Vallis. Then we have EABN, Sigitas Niuneticiene, Jupos Technica.
We've been training Lithuanian surnames.
Yeah. Sigita?
Yes. As I understand, that's me, yeah?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay, hello to everyone. My name is Sigita Shnuravichene.
I'll try to share my screen, so just a moment.
Okay.
No.
We can hear you well.
Who is now? Sigita or?
Sigita, yes.
Sigita
Can you share my presentation? Sorry, can you share my presentation or shall I do it?
I've just made you as a presenter, so you can share the screen now.
Okay, wait a second.
Maybe we could go to the next presenter and then come back to you once you fix the technical problem.
Sorry.
So, what do you...
Sorry, hello. Do you see my presentation?
Great.
Yes, now we can see it.
I kindly invite you all. I kindly invite you all to stay in time because we are running out of time. We are exceeding any presentation, and the sum of that will be a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I will try to be short then. So my name is Sigita Shnuravichene, and I represent the EAVN, the European Automotive Business Network, and I'm the project coordinator. And just to make it clear, this European Automotive Business Network consisted of 8 small and small enterprises from automotive sector in 3 Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. And most of the companies are wholesalers of automotive aftermarket parts. This network was just put together in order to increase their competitiveness and to help them to enter the new markets with a joint package of products. So my next slide is the presentation of those companies, and I don't know, I would like to share the promotional video material which was made within this project and as a result, and it was made for the preparation for Shanghai Automotive International Fair, and is still successfully being used now in other communication channels. So I will share, it will take like 2 minutes. Okay. Sorry, the next slide. Okay, so the main target of the main target of this project was to enhance competitiveness by joining skills and experiences to enter export markets with joint package of products, especially for these SMEs and for micro companies getting together and setting up from small economic countries. There was a huge experience to enter global competitiveness challenges. And the objectives were to implement internationalization ideas, to enhance competitiveness by cooperating and collaborating in the international representation, share information and knowledge in searching export clients or sales operations, and to develop innovative products. So I will tell some words about the strengths and weaknesses of this network. First of all, the most important thing was those 8 companies could propose integrated offer of goods or services. I mean, the product package, and to go into international markets. And on the other hand, the cooperation among these companies, which produced different products for automotive sector, guaranteed the variety of production in one package. So another good thing was that companies could share each other sales and export channels, especially after the trade fair they took part in, as well as share human resources for development of collaborative projects or product innovations. And the weaknesses were that we defined in the project before it started. Because of some economic changes in European countries, the companies might have the lack of finances to implement the project activities. The second thing was that regarding dissemination, the presentation of marketing materials could be limited to the permanent information about EABN that was published in the website, or just shown in the joint stand in a brief booklet or somewhere, that could be a lack of information about each company. But the third thing that was a risk that we defined in the project, that the number of international fair visitors might be less than expected, but unfortunately we actually didn't predict any kind of force majeure situation as it was with COVID-19, as the Automechanika fair in Frankfurt was cancelled at all. So we had to make a quick decision, and we changed the international fair into hybrid Shanghai International Trade Fair. So this is the action plan of the EABN. Selection of target markets, identification of customer profiles, consultancy, then taking exhibition area in Automechanika fair, and planning B2B meetings in Automechanika fair. Those two were changed because Automechanika Frankfurt fair was changed into hybrid Shanghai Automechanika fair. Then we took part in KICOC meeting in Barcelona, and the main thing was to take part in Automechanika Fair 2020. What was a great challenge for our small companies, because they had not just to enter foreign markets, taking part in ordinary international fair, but also they were forced to use digital tools and to make information exchange and to prepare a digital product package and to master the platform and to overcome all other technical obstacles. Then sorry. The objectives and results expected in the short term was to create, I will go through all of them in each slide. First of them was to create a EABN brand and to create a production package. That was done at the very beginning. So the second step was to participate in the international fair with joint stand. So as I mentioned before, Automechanika Frankfurt as a base was cancelled. So we took part in the hybrid Shanghai International Trade Fair. Let me say some more words about the Shanghai International Trade Fair. It took like 3,900 exhibitors all over the world in 280,000 square meters on the ground, and it lasted online for 7 days. And it was like live streaming with many conferences online, product launching on the show, and so on and so on. So here is our stand, our digital stand with a digital platform where we could get inquiries and participate online in B2B meetings with the clients or other potential partners. The next step was to expand significant business contacts base. So totally in this fair, we received like 129 new profiles of the companies totally. These are the share with the profiles to each company. But the good thing was that the partners were able to share the contact base among each other as well. The second step was to select the main customers and to develop joint solutions for export markets.
I have to ask you to go to conclusions.
Okay. Okay, so to make it conclude, some export markets were selected, and with the objectives and results expected in the long term, I can say that it was decided to continue using a new brand, EABN, and the representative video is also on YouTube and on other communication channels that partners use already. And the partners use the same updated product package, which can be updated to other international fairs. And the most important thing that is those partners decided to take part in Automechanika Frankfurt Fair in 2021, which will happen in September. And it's already being in process of preparation. And the next international fair will be in Dubai in December this year as well. So the main reason to continue collaboration with EABN partners is that being a member of international network gives opportunity to establish new business contacts and new partners, and also to promote joint international marketing and export activities, support through participation in international exhibitions, research and innovation programs. So it's just to convert the content to the content. That's all I wanted to tell you. Thank you for your attention, and thanks Lithuanian Innovation Center for the cooperation as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have HMTA, Donatas Kasias and Svensioniu Viatozolis.
Hello, nice to meet you. I am Donatas, representative of Herbal Medicine Alliance. Do you see my presentation? Yes.
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Okay, perfect.
Put it in slide, put it in presentation mode. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So we did quite good job. Of course, of pandemic reason, it was more difficult because we couldn't travel, but we done everything online. So our alliance companies are four. The main is Lithuanian company Corus Calamus. It's manufacturer of herbal products. SVF is second Lithuanian company. It's manufacturer of herbal products and medicinal teas. One company is from Poland. They produce mostly and manufactures usual tea, but they have experience in Asia market. And Inteka is the company based in Latvia. It's also produced less, but mostly concentrated on R&D and product blending and mixing. Companies representatives are mostly persons which are responsible for exact movements in the alliance. It's all coordinators or R&D operators, or me as responsible for online marketing and online training. Our main goals was to enter to Asian market, mostly on e-commerce. And e-commerce, I mean not e-shops, but platforms. The main platforms in Asia, it's based for foreign exporters. It's Tmall Global. It's the biggest and main platform. And there was a lot of things to do to be as a shop with products in that Tmall Global platform. We used the Corus Calamus production experience and experience in working with Amazon and other online platforms through global world. And we had a quite good success in pandemic situation because online trade, online export was booming and booming for today. And partners from Latvia and Poland, we have physical experience with physical sales in Asia market. It's much more difficult and longer taking organization, but we're already in Asia, but our focus is online. So strategy implemented was divided in 6 points. From the beginning, we followed all these points exactly what we are planned, but main reason is that we couldn't fly directly to China, and the main reason we did everything online took 6 months more than we expected in timetable planning. So first, what we did, we created the products, created a portfolio, made researches concerning what herbal products and herbs are popular in Asia, and where we could be a niche product manufacturer, and where we could achieve success as European manufacturers, because in Asia, European manufacturer and European products are from the origin, it's already very qualitative and very good quality price level. So we created descriptions, listings, photos on products which can be popular. We took some listing on products from Amazon platforms and other platforms because they are totally suited to the Asian platforms. Also, developed a marketplace, registered account. When did find agent of Tmall, because in Tmall platform you can't sell directly by yourself. It needs an Asian partner, which will make advertising and all marketing material placement in that platform. So after that, it's a payment system, because in China can be paid money can be just to the company which are based or registered in China. It took a lot of time, because we are getting currency in Chinese yuanis, and for incomes to Europe of Chinese yuanis is very controlled and very difficult of money laundering. So we needed to present a lot of information. Also developed logistic channels, and it was very successful, because first step what we thought about to avoid import formalities and custom formalities, we thought to export products directly to buyer from Europe, but it was overtook and find a solution how to make to put products directly in the China and store them. We found a warehouse where we made e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce customs, and all the products goes very fast from warehouse of Tmall to the direct buyer. Also created a marketing strategy for all the year, and we already know the keywords and all the online marketing system and plans for all the year. And all these strategy points were followed very successful. What we learned from not from a project, but from entering to Asia market, not independently, but with alliance, that and by working with China market, it's patient. Everything takes much longer, because we need to coordinate with all alliance and coordinate with Asia also. Everybody in China and I guess in other countries want to take money. If you're buying services, want to take money out of your pocket in maximum quantities, and you need to control and be very careful on this. It's okay, but sometimes you need to know you don't need any services we are providing. Every service in such big market cost twice more than you, because all the budget we had, we spent 3 times more than we funding from European Union, but it's okay, because it's a kind of a big plan and big strategy point and move to be in Asia. High barriers of creating a system to sell it by yourselves, because for every step of warehousing, customing, marketing, every step you need to hire as services, and you can't do it by yourself. So it's totally another market without Facebook, without Google, without all the social medias, Instagram. We have a little red book, we have our own Google, our own all own systems, so it's very difficult to make marketing by yourself, because all platforms is totally another logic. Cultural issue, it's European much slower, but more planning and following the plans, and Chinese people are very chaotic but very fast, and but very bad in planning. So it's kind of plus and minus together. Bureaucracy issue were not found, because Chinese policy it's created especially for e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce, to attach all the global roles to be in China and to work in China and to invest in China. So it's made maximum easy to enter. All structure is made maximum easy, as I mentioned, but just expensive. And tool structure for start of business, online business is created. There is no any surprises. Everything, everybody knows what to do. Just need to pay a lot of money and to pay attention in investment, and takes a lot of time. That's how we spend the budget. Mostly it's spent on designing of products, creating the portfolio, also on a lot of money on advertising. And in total, the money we spent, as I mentioned it all, but we spent from our side 3 times more. results. As I mentioned, we implemented all the strategic plans. It takes 6 months more. Open bank account, created logistics system, created account in Tmall, created product cards, listing descriptions, already bought a marketing advertising, concerning keywords in Tmall platform, and registered products also for physical sales. And just on these days we started the sales, and we're expecting in a year about 100k euro turnovers. But of course, first year it will be just investment to the platform. It is sample how we look. All information is translated. Price is quite big, but we are focused on big sales days, because big sales days generate billions for Tmall platform, not for our product, of course. But as we already have success in global world concerning our products and our products portfolio, we try to copy a lot of things to the Chinese market, but it's a totally different market. We guess that half of assortment will need to change in the first half of year. It's another sample. It's already all translated information. And shown our manufacturing advantages, how we look on physical shops, and then some marketing photos. And feedback concerning BNet would be that it is a perfect contact platform. Sharing is sharing. It means that all Allianz companies have their own exclusive benefits and unique benefits concerning working together and entering maximum less cost and maximum fast to Asian market. So someone is created products, very good products. Someone used Amazon experience and all that. It's very beneficial. Big motivation and confidence by having KBN in the back, because US NQ are going not independently, but with European business network with Allianz, and it helps a lot of to make a strong impression to Asian partners. For them, it's very important. Big advantage by joining companies from foreign countries, because foreign countries, it makes most important it's European countries, it makes even stronger view of the brand. Flexible and comfortable bureaucracy from BNet, it means that we are participating in a lot of EU foundation and projects, and it means that it's less stressful to work, not thinking about very difficult documentation or very difficult understanding what is necessary for the project. So it is totally no issue and avoided. And big help from BNet organization and team. We're feeling every day. We are always getting calls and reminders and so on. Thank you very much for the attention. And if you have any question, I will please then answer after the meeting.
Thank you. I suggest that we are going to take the break now, and we recollect in 15 minutes. The Meat Taste project will be presented after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you all. We see you in 15 minutes. So that it's 11:12. So we'll meet 11:30.
Let's start again. So the first one to present in this second round is Meat Taste, Silvia Grassa, Gabriele Zichitella, and Vincenzo Locastro. The stage is yours.
So thank you, everybody. Hi, everybody from remote. My name is Silvia. I'm here to present this great story, a successful story of 4 companies, 2 from Sicily and 2 from abroad, from Slovakia and from Sweden. 4 companies with a very big heart and very strong root, who shares the same passion and vision for basically 2 concepts: quality and authenticity. And I am so glad to have here next to me the new generation of these companies, Gabriele from Zicafè and Vincenzo from Stramondo, but we are also Lucas from Haring, so new generation as well, and the great Mario from Garot. I want to thank these companies because they were so brave, they were so strong to stay together despite all the odds of this period. And it's very important for me to, they struggled to be together, they didn't give up despite all the issues that we all know because of the pandemic. So again, congratulations for companies because they are here and they are together sharing this. And of course, thanks to all the partners of this project, Giada Platania, and all the offices who follows us. So very quickly, okay, let's talk about Meat Taste, our great project that put together these 4 companies for coffee and pastry and derivatives for pastry and sweets. I'll give you the word to Gabriele from Caffè.
Thank you so much, Silvia, for the presentation. Present you briefly Zicafè. Zicafè is a family coffee business founded in 1929 by my great-grandfather, Vito Zichitella. Today, the company is run by the 4th generation of the same family, and we actually export today the 50% of the production, and we put a lot of attention for searching the quality of our products and all on our chain. And the Cafe is certified with the highest certification for food safety, and now the words to okay. We actually import select green coffee coming from all over importing countries, and we roast them. We in formats for usage and B2B users, and we actually create products suitable especially for the export markets, such as Linea Espresso, which has very particularly smooth taste, and very Italian. It remembers a lot of Italian taste.
Vincenzo from Stramondo, the Sicilian company as well from Salerno.
Thank you, Gabriele. Thank you, Silvia, for your beautiful words. Good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here today and to present this extraordinary project. A project that allows us, our companies, to not just sharing a common program, but a vision, a long-term strategy, and share ideas. First of all, our company was established in 1940. We produce ingredients for gelato and soft drinks and sweet spreads. Today we export to more than 50 countries, and we are Sicilian. we are a family-owned company, and I'm the third generation, so I'm really proud about these achievements. I think that.
And sorry, there is some noise coming from some participant. I invite all the participants who are not the interveners to mute their microphones. Thank you.
Okay, and now I pass the word to Mario Garozzo, if he's here.
Yes, hello. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Hi, Mario.
Hi. Good day. Buongiorno. Hi to everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this session here. Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about, let's say, our company, our strategy, what we have been doing last years. We started in fact, with the head office in Baltikum in Estonia, 2010. Where we had this idea to start to produce more healthy snacks, healthy food. You know, we had always one of the favorites was Nutella, but we know it's pretty much sugar and bad stuff in it. So we were researching the market and you know, searching for different kind of partners, producers, what we could work with, who we could work with, and after a pretty long time. We managed to establish a well contact with Stramondo that became, let's say, our main partner and main producer, so we have been doing all this together, you know, let's say they are the experts since many years, big tradition and big knowledge of these products, and of course they have been producing this since we started, and it has become a pretty nice success over the years. After circa 10 years of collaboration, we have now moved back our head office to Sweden, to Stockholm, where we find it more strategic, you know, for finding more partnership to how to increase the sales, how to go forward with this project, you know, be not only road shows, but networking in different countries. We are pretty big in Germany and other countries. We are launching new products, the sugar-free hazelnut cream, the pistachio cream, the white chocolate, etc. Many different flavors and interesting products also in Canada now since some month. And yeah, we're seeing this very positive. We have been in fact growing over the pandemic period. We were not going backwards. We went forward, in fact. So we find other type of sales and how to push forward when this was needed. So in fact, this year has been 2020, the end of 2020, let's say 2021 has been one of our best years together with Stramondo. So, you know, so it's really positive feedback and opportunity coming, and all the time is increasing. You know, we have new clients coming in all the time, which we try to divert to one kind of category. The research, you know, of course, of the diabetes is growing all the time, other kind of problems, and people are more aware today than before, of course, what they're eating and you know, how to keep more healthy in a positive.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Just a few words also for Aring, the fourth partner that is connected. But Gabriele will introduce the company. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Silvia. Ro is a family business as well that is based in Slovakia, and the company is run by two brothers, Daniel and Jan Haring, and their business is actually the import and distribute Italian products, especially coffee machines, bar furniture, cream shop, pastry. So I think that one of the great precious pillar that we have in this project is the fact that we were and we are all linked by the pursuing a high quality on our product.
Is a farm that produces not only virgin olive oil,
Please mute microphones to all participants. Thank you.
Thank you. So this gave us a great advantage to put in the market our products. And of course, another thing is very important that the network creates and they give us is the fact that Zicaffe and Stramondo are on the production side of the chain. We actually have a know-how on production, on materials, or raw materials, on history, but we don't know the taste of the target market. We don't know actually the habits of the consumer. So these the opportunities that we had has been great, very, very precious for us, because we had the chance to communicate, to cooperate, to integrate a different offer, an offer that was suitable for the target markets, for Sweden, suitable for the taste of Slovakian. So we think that is the great part of that as well.
Yes, just a few words on how we reinvent this plan. We begin with the intention to participate to a very important fair trade, Poland World Food, but because of pandemic, we have to reinvent ourselves. Thanks also to our mentor, Lorenzo Sciadini, who gave us another direction. We'll transfer everything, digital and online. So we had this kind of idea to making this kind of box. It's a tasting box where you can find products from the two productive companies, Sicilian productive companies, Zicaffe, yes, and Stramondo. And our two partners, the distributor side, you can see, yes, you can see from here, yeah. The other two partners help us boost this project, this testing kit, with interviews to their with interviews to their customers and making giving us advices on the taste of their customer on the target markets based in Sweden and in Slovakia, but also in other countries. So that's basically what we focused during these months. Let's go fast. Okay, what do we do? We do virtual B2B meetings, of course, because we cannot move like all the countries in this world. So just we met some potential other distributors through our two partners, and we make these online training activities for the distributor on how to use the preparates from gelato and how to better improve the coffee and coffee pods and coffee products, let's say that. And last but not least, the e-commerce. Those are numbers we are not okay. Now I wanted to show the e-commerce page, but I can find it. Anyway, we had two e-commerce websites, one for the Slovakian market and one from the Sweden market. Those are, of course, informative material we made that were sent to our partners and distributors. And here we are again with our successful story. Mid-taste in the future. What are our objectives? We are now, this is, I think, very important. We are now currently discussing about open a kind of showroom in Sweden. The showroom will be named after the network, so it will be named Mid-Taste, and it will promote all these products. And this is just a deal we are going to close very soon in the future. So we are very proud of these results. And thanks to Mario Garozzo that is dealing with the other partner, the other side for this business deal.
Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you,
presentation.
everyone.
And before we continue with the presentation for the other projects, I give the word to Mr. Dimitris Diles from Occitane Chamber of Commerce, France, who is an EN partner and BNet co-organizer.
Yes, hello, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Giada, and thanks to SIC Industria for the kind invitation. I don't believe I can share my screen, can I? the future. Will you be able to project my PowerPoint?
We are giving
just a moment. Yes.
Now you can share your screen.
Yeah, very good,
Yes.
Diva.
Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. So there you go. Can you?
And I must say, Dimitris has been a great support. He's just one of the representatives from the Enterprise Europe Network. He was one of the key supporters who put together, who created awareness raising amongst European companies, in this case from French companies. And it was a great support.
Janet, stop, enough with the compliments. Enough with the compliments, Dada, because I'm going to blush. I told you so yesterday. So my name is Dimitris Dileson at the Occitania Chamber of Commerce and Industry in southern France. That is also a member of the Enterprise Europe network, as Jada just mentioned, which is exactly the reason why I joined you today. I'm going to say a few words about how the Enterprise Europe network contributed to BNet and vice versa. Now, there are many colleagues from the network among you, as well as Ms. Morris from the European Commission, and of course, a lot of companies that receive support from EN. Therefore, most of you are familiar with our work, and this should not be a major revelation. Just to put things into perspective, let me remind you our main mission, which is to help SMEs innovate and grow internationally. So I think the connection with BNet is obvious. Among the tools that we have in our network, there's also the so-called sector groups that bring together colleagues from all around Europe. We meet twice a year to do some networking, or at least we used to meet physically twice a year to do some networking, update each other on our activities, and discuss opportunities for our client companies. I'm a member of the agri-food sector group myself, and it was during such a meeting of our group in Amsterdam back in June 2019 that Jada and Diva, who also belong to the group, gave a presentation about the BNet initiative. Now we had already received the information about BNet because, of course, we always share news and opportunities, but nothing compares to attending a presentation where you have two colleagues in front of you who take the time to explain the action, say how things, how the whole thing works, what's in it for our companies, and of course, answer questions on the spot. And I guess the two of them did a great job, because I understand that 4 out of 11 EBNs are from the food sector, which is quite impressive, almost half of them. It's true that they used all the right arguments and terms, such as expressions of interest, EOIs, partnership agreements, PAs, ASOs, for advisory services outcomes, but this is our internal jargon, so I'll spare you the details. In fact, what they both made clear to us and prompted us to get involved and promote BNet actively was that every single client company had something to gain by taking part in this. All of them had the opportunity to attend a series of webinars, and depending on their needs and experience, they had the chance to create their own toolkits on how to enter foreign markets successfully. And that's precisely the notion of client-centric approach that is at the center of the network services. Some of the companies will take this a step further and try to find the right partners with EEN's help, set up a consortium, draft a common business strategy, and a detailed action plan aimed at a specific market. They would have the chance to benefit from tailored advice and coaching. And this journey alone was a major benefit for all of them, because as we've been reminded repeatedly today, BNet focuses on very small companies, often businesses, with your experience. And this whole exercise is not an easy task. It's all about developing the company's capacity building. And then, of course, there's the final lever for the ones who had successful proposals and that also received funding. But I'd like to stress, just as Giada pointed out earlier on today, that the grant was not a goal per se. It was just, let's say, the icing on the cake, or an extra slice of cake, if you will. This was the case for one of my companies which participated in the Taste by Mare Nostrum EBM. That is composed of 5 companies, 3 Italian ones, 1 Portuguese one, and my client from the south of France, with an Italian coordinator, the King of Truffles. I believe Mr. Angelacci is going to present the EBN later on. So along with Giada and the other colleagues of the network that supported our 5 companies, we proofread the proposal, made some suggestions for amendments to meet the requirements of that were laid down in the call. And I have to say that I'm also the proud godfather of the EBN, because I came up with the acronym that's TASTE, Treating Asia to Gourmet Food Specialties from the southern part of Europe, as you can see on the screen. And of course, it goes without saying that I was just as happy as they were when the proposal got validated and accepted. So this was a short account of how the synergy between BNet and the Enterprise Europe Network played out as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to close my speech with a photo of the group. It's one that illustrates this network effect. This photo was taken during our last physical meeting before the pandemic that took place in Brussels in October 2019. You can see Giada and Daiva in the second row, and I'm somewhere in the back, I suppose, a little head shining. And so that was it from myself. I'd like to thank you all for your attention, and thank again SICI Industria for the invitation. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, if
thank you. Thank you so much. Many thanks. Now we will start with the second round of pitches. I want to recall all the presenters that each team has 10 minutes. We are running out of time. We are getting longer than expected, so I invite you to be strict with the timing. Thank you. The first team to present is NASA, Sigitas Vesargirskas and Atrade Impex. Sigitas?
Yes, I hear you. So I need just a moment. I need to access to share my screen.
You can share your screen now. There is a button in the
Yeah,
bottom
but
within your
it's
screen.
not active. I don't know why.
It should be active now because I made you as a presenter.
Okay, just a moment. I'm trying to do it. If you say open system preferences. Allow access security. I don't know what to do. Just a moment.
If you need to fix some technical issue, we can shift to the next presenter and then you will be back.
Okay.
Is it okay for you?
Yes, okay. I'll try to do something.
So let's go to NFTGP, Antonio Mercadante and Paolo Licata. The stage is yours. Please stay within the 10 minutes.
Sì, one more. Guarda, fai un colpettino. Make a big pattern. Fai un colpettino. Oppure via di questa, via di questa.
Can you see the slides? Can you see the slides?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. Hello, everybody. About this project, we want to say thanks to all the companies that trust to go through this project, because the COVID was very tough for this project to move on. And at the beginning, we understood that there was no trade show, there was no meeting at the show, and we realized that the world was changing. But from that point, we start again to move on for the project, and we had the good opportunity to be concentrated to one of the most important part of the project. It was the listening of the client. In this project, there was a 2 producer company and 2 distributor company. And the best issue that we understood was the possibility to listening what is the special needs of the distributor in order to be able to have a best solution to improve consumption. Okay. The 4 company, the first 2 will be Mr. Paolo Licata to represent his own company.
Yes. I am Paolo Licata, the owner of the Campodoro company that made in Sciacca in Sicily foodstuff, gourmet product that transformed from raw material from our farm of 120 hectares in the land of Sciacca and Montevago. Our is a family company of a 2nd generation, and we work organic and natural product. With this opportunity of the BNet project, we have taken the cooperation with a few company that made and growing pickled pear and tomato from Tenuta Casalazzi, with the growing in Montevago, and the partner from Poland and Lithuania, Cater team, that have 12 Italian store and gourmet store in the territory of near Varsavia, and import Sicilian Italian product. And Bisiava is have a store in Kaunas, and a commerce gourmet sale in Lithuania. With this project, we take the opportunity to show the Sicilian recipes for use for breakfast and the dinner and made typical Sicilian dish to use for Polish and Lithuanian consumer. Is a very good opportunity to have made a cookbooks with the different recipes translated in all language that the people use in the country, the target country, and is a very best possibility to give in the this consumer the very top 10 recipes that we use every day in the dinner and breakfast.
I have a question for you about the one-to-one meeting. Why it was useful instead of the trade show, and which is the vision of the future for the promotion of for international market?
Our company arrange every year around 15 different food shows around the world, but with the bad situation of the COVID, we have taken the opportunity with, of the B2B virtual meeting with the Weibel and with the American marketing associated for go out and have a possibility to meet the potential buyer in with this new wave of virtual B2B. It is a good opportunity, of course, but you know, the best solution is have a meeting in front of us, but in this way is a good solution for have a connection with the potential buyer. The virtual meeting is arranged during the 3 days, and we meet the buyer and send the samples, try the product, and step by step we have taken the sales.
Okay, in your idea, which is the successful story of our project? Because from my point of view, from like a temporary manager, the best solution that we found is to have the possibility to have the chain very close to the distributor question. Because we like that we are Italian, we like to eat this with the pasta, but in a different country we have different common stuff to do. For instance, the continental breakfast. So in this cookbook we try to develop the idea to how to use the pesto not only in the pasta but spread, but always in the continental breakfast, because there is no pasta every day. And I think this is one of the most important successful story. The idea to have the consumer close to the producer needs.
In this project, we have taken the best solution is the digital cookbook for to help the consumer, the multi-language website for to know all product in a different country, and have a possibility to make a meeting with the seller and distributor with this B2B virtual.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for the BNet project. With a special thanks for BNet project and Giada Platania and the SIC Industry.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you also for staying strictly in the timing. Let's go back to NASA. Sigitas, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everybody again. So at first, I want to congratulate Italy for great victory in the European Championship. So because I think it's most important news. And I think all the Europe today knows who is Giorgio Chiellini or Gianluigi Donnarumma. But so let's go back to presentation. So as you know, we're a consortium which develop nano asphalt. Next slide, please. So nano asphalt. So and let me remind you that this is asphalt where polymers are replaced by nanoparticles created by us from the local organic material. Our consortium, as you see, consists of 4 partners. One company or one partner develops solution for the roads. The second partner testing the solution in the lab and in the real conditions. And two partners are transport companies who provide us problems or ideas for solution, and after tested in the roads in the real conditions. Next slide, please. So the main goal of our consortium to provide transport and infrastructure solution for customers. Next slide. So what have we done? So at first we made market research and analysis. We have got info on Middle East roads, climatic condition, road loads, road effects, contracting organization, and so on and so on. We got very good research, and it changed our point of view to the Middle East countries, because we usually thought that it's more or less similar to, as in European Union, and actually it's totally difficult. If they do the same things, but they do different, and so on. For us, it was very big experience, and how to say is what was big challenge to our minds. So next slide, please. So we had 2 whole days technical workshop, and so we learned a lot of things, and even we learn somewhat in Arabic. So because sometimes somewhat explains something special what we don't have, for example, in Europe. And when you talk, you don't notice, but you started to use Arabic words. So, for example, Tariqu, if it's a road, we don't name a road. It's in Europe. In Arab countries, it's Tariqu, because it's different meaning of a road. Okay, next slide, please. So we have 3 professional individual coaching webinars. Actually, it was how to say, it was a wonderful webinars. We got about 200 pages of information, and we got webinars. We have very perfect movie about this about roads in the Middle East, and we have, as I told, 200 pages, so we can create good research book for everybody who are interested in roads and everything what is related to transport in Middle East. Next slide, please. We received a very detailed list of potential partners and buyers. Even some name of a partners was accompanied by a recommendation for our consortium, and so we not just got a name, phone number, or email address. We got a recommendation letter that NASA consortium is, as one Arab guy told, trustworthy and honorable. And so with some recommendation, we now started to participate, to communicate with Arab companies, and even we signed one contract. So and we're trying to get another second MLU. So, and I think we will write the second MLU, and now we're waiting for the end of COVID, and so we intend to go to some Arab countries, to Saudi Arabia, to Jordan, to, how to say, to continue our activity thanks to this project. So okay, and we created a brand book. Next slide, please. And we prepared promotional material according to Middle East tradition, and we combined this Middle East tradition to the Nordic design, because we are as a Nordic country, so we combined Arabic and Nordic design, and so we have enough good gadgets, material, and so on to present our consortium. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sigitas, for your presentation. And now we have Eduardo Vigo for SMAPA. Eduardo?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm here. Hello. I can't share my screen, unfortunately. Yeah,
now you can.
I can see. Yes, brilliant. Thank you. Right, can you see my screen?
Yes, can you put it in slide mode?
Yes.
I can definitely, I can do it. I'm just trying to, okay.
At the bottom of the right.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. Okay, here we are. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for today's meeting. I'm Eduardo Vigo. I'm the International Business Developer for Sister. Sister is the coordinator of the EBN SMAPA. SMAPA is the acronym for Smart Application Alliance and is a consortium formed by 4 different companies. They are companies from 4 different countries. So Sister from Italy, Telasoftos from Lithuania, and Byte Consulting from Croatia, and finally Montem from Denmark. We are all working on ICT and IT solution developments and services in general. So with different focus, we are working on ICT domain, specifically smart city domain. So what we try to do is to give value to data that come from different data sources. And thanks to the collaboration between the consortium, we try to develop a solution that can help cities and SME to be more digital and ready for the digital transition, basically. Next slide. Okay. So what was the objectives, at least planned at the beginning of 2020, end of 2019, when we met each other? As I said, we want to provide data-driven solution that can leverage already available data sets collected from different ways, smart sensor, open data, satellite data, and try to create a new interdisciplinary platform for basically tackling environmental and climate change challenges, mainly related to urban and territory planning and safeguard. So one of the objectives of the consortium was to learn and get knowledge about the German market. That was our target market, and improve our international strategies to boost basically the capability to exploit foreign markets. And finally, of course, another objective was to potentially find a new German customer shared by the consortium itself. As focus, again, smart cities, environmental solution. Those 2 elements were very, very important inside the consortium itself. What we achieved, we didn't reach a new customer yet, but we did several activities to be more ready for this objective. So first of all, we were involved in the German environmental ecosystem, joining the Bavarian environmental cluster. We did a lot of good job with the Trade Council of the Danish Embassy in Berlin. So with them, we carried out a market analysis in order to identify and contact several German cities that would be relevant for SMAPA consortium. In this sense, in the first run, we got in contact with the city of Rostock, Kiel, Bamberg, Freiburg, and also Hamburg. And so after this first contact, we define which were the important elements to push on. And now we are planning to do a second round, but I will tell you something more later. We also decided to test it ourselves, trying to participate to a couple of open calls. One was in another country, UK. So in this case, we basically join a research and development consortium, the BCP Smart Place. That is an initiative by the BCP Council, Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole in the south of the UK. And we collaborate inside the consortium to propose a technical solution for air quality. In the other side, we collaborate inside SMAPA to apply for a pre-commercial procurement launched by 5 cities, as you can see: Helsinki, Amsterdam, Copenhagen, Tallinn, Paris and Stavanger in Norway. And in that case, basically we test our integration, how to integrate a solution of the different companies applying to this AI for cities call, and was an interesting collaboration also for defining a way to collaborate in a technical point of view. The action plan that we planned basically had got 5 main points, as you can see in this slide. So a market research analysis to identify how to access efficiently the German market, specifically the smart city German market. Identify also German operator that could represent us on the local market. Some technical workshop to facilitate the efficient preparation of the value proposition and also of the integration of the different technologies inside the consortium. Also the preparation of promo material in German language, because we reckon that was very important and strategic to have promo material in German, because of the nature of the market itself. And also we plan to participate to 2 international fairs in Germany, Intergeo and Smart Country Convention, that unfortunately were not done in live, as most of the fairs in the last 1.5 years, but we managed to participate to them virtually. So what we actually implement, apart what we plan, a proper market research and analysis was done thanks to the collaboration with the Danish Embassy, the Trade Council of the Danish Embassy. We also made an internal research market that was a sort of a starting point of this second action with the Danish Embassy. We made also 2 technical workshops that were facilitated the effective preparation of the value proposition and also how to integrate different solutions potentially. We prepared also the info material and promo material in German and English, and we developed also a dedicated landing page. Sorry.
1 minute left.
Okay, and finally, as I said, we participate to the 2 digital fairs, Intergeo and Smart Country Convention. Lesson learned: the pandemic upset all the original plan, and we had to reschedule several times our plans. We tried to figure out a way to do so, and we focus our attention on testing ourselves in shared projects like the BCP Smart Place and AI for City open call to validate the collaboration methods within SMAPA. This is a bit the budget. We didn't reach the full amount, but we invest a lot in several activities, as you can see and as you can imagine. In terms of future and achievements, yeah, SMAPA will not become a new legal entity, but we will work as a business network with companies that are sharing the same vision and mission. And in the 5 points below, you can see some hypotheses of next steps that we should or we could do for being more solid in the internationalization process. Some activities are already planning for the autumn, so the collaboration with the Danish embassy will carry on, and we will plan also to potentially exploit our to exploit a new European open call like Horizon Europe for working further in a collaboration way. As final feedback, we say that, yeah, the pandemic emergency upset several regional plans. It was a shame. It's a real shame not being in Palermo. To be honest, I was looking forward for that moment. I'm in another part of the country. At some point, I hope we can meet each other again. I want to thank you specifically Giada Platania, SIC Industria, for the willingness and the support all along the BNet project. And that's it for my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now is the round for ST and CI. Mr. Antonio Mercadante will present. And there will be also the participation of Ciro Lambro from Nova Quadri, Francesco Di Giovanni from In Liaison, and the owner of Del Paso, Juan Manuel Rubio.
Morning to everybody. Once again, the Green Solar project is a very good idea to innovate the solar thermic. And the fourth company of the okay. Okay. As you can see, like here, this is the very nice 3D model, and but she will represent better than me the technical issue. I will, let's say, later some question and some answer and the focus of the project that we have realized. Please.
So the success of ST&CI project was due to the the realization of the partnership agreement between these four companies which came from different countries, from Malta, Italy, and Spain. So the success of this, the success story was above all the synergy which grew up among these companies. Each company gave its important role and contribute to the realization of this project, sharing its know-how. Firstly, Nova Quadri gave innovative solution for the development of technological system. Secondly, NQ System brought its experience and underlined the needs of Maltese market from the technical point of view. In Liaison that I represented today, analyze and collect the specific requirements of public and private customers, trying to find a solution to satisfy a wider and demanding market. And last but not least, Del Paso Solar from Spain, from Malaga, was able to make a product especially designed for this target market, making this this kind of a system, this solar system, which is a system to the which is a natural circulation transformed in forced circulation with a spatial design which is close to the needs of Maltese market. So the working relationship between the network partners allowed to win over the customers, because you know, from the first part of the project to the last, there was a problem, a pandemic problem, which interrupt, and it was hard to go on, but the special collaboration and relationship between the companies gave the opportunity to go on using innovative and unusual tools, like, for example, the attractive website, or the special, for example, three-dimensional samples, the multimedia design, tutorial videos instead of live training. So these new tools, these innovative tools, we won over the customer and conquered the customer. In fact, as you can see, especially this three-dimensional model was this model give us the opportunity to conquer the customer, and as you can see, the result of our result was the efforts that these companies made was concrete, because we signed the first sales order last week in Malta, and this project, this solar system, was appreciated by Maltese customer. So
okay. Before we talk about this partnership agreement, that was a very good result of the project. We try to understand why the project is changed in this way. At the beginning, we're supposed to go to a very normal trade fair and move on from there, but obviously, thanks to the COVID, we completely changed our plan, and we make some workshop with all the other partners, and all of them say there is no way to make any promotion of anything, because the world is stopping all over. And but we decided to be focused on the project result, that was the partnership agreement, and we were very focused in Malta, so we understood to try to make a one-to-one meeting. We started to send some samples. We decided to realize this 3D model, and basically we understood that from one side the COVID was a big problem, on the other hand was a big opportunity, and so the result of this opportunity was the possibility to arrive in a very target country, that is Malta, in the best way. Before all the others, idea of solar, we arrive in Malta, and we have this partnership agreement already signed, that for us was a very good point, because like in Liaison said at the beginning, in Malta there will be a big opportunity for solar thermic, and we put the first stone before all the other competitors. And it's important for the Spanish producer. The idea that after 2 years of unbelievable change, we was able to arrive to the partnership agreement with the same story, with this logo, and with this green energy brand that is the first step for the future of this vision to be ready for the solar thermic in the near future.
Thank you. Let's go to the next presentation, which is the last one. Taste of Mare Nostrum, Mr. Edmondo Angelaccio. Mr. Angelaccio?
Edmondo, is
yes, this is me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Just a moment. You hear me? Okay.
Yes, Edmondo, very well.
You should stop the presentation.
Yes, we got just a moment because the platform blocked, freezed a little bit. Just waiting. That is connecting again. I'm just looking you. Yeah. So okay. Seems that now I'm something happened. Okay. So you hear me, and I have the condivision of the screen, right?
Yes, we can see your desktop.
Okay. So first of all, good morning from Italy. And first benefit we gave to Europe is to maintain the title of the champions in Europe. So this is something that
Edmondo, we can see your desktop, but we cannot see your presentation.
This is the, sorry. This is the, just a moment. Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Can you see? Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So you see here, Mare Nostrum Consortium was the first name we gave to our project, and during the times we wanted to produce some analysis to check if the Mare Nostrum was the real exact name. So after some analysis, the agency suggested us to change the name in the Stars of Taste, because Mare Nostrum, that means Mediterranean Sea in Latin language, was meant like fish food promotion, something like that. So we intended to change the name just to make more visible and more understandable in the market that we are going to talk. And just a moment, because something yeah, okay. You see all the things. Okay.
Yes.
You see here the logos of the company. There are the top four. That are King of Truffles, that is our company, and we trade the truffles, of course. Abies Lagrimus is from France, and it's fur, excellent fur from France, Pyrenees. And Bisweet is from Portugal, is the company that produces excellent and amazing honey from Aveiro, Portugal. And Gallardo olive oil, extra virgin olive oil from Italy, again from Sicily. We are from Molise, it's another region of Italy. And the second, I try to go fast, but I tasted myself, it's not about 10 minutes. So these are the explanation of companies. I don't want to talk about too much about our companies, except the fact that we are on the same line and the same approximate line of premium products. Each one of us in the specific of the kind of products, like truffle in our. I don't want to talk so much about myself, about my companies, because I prefer others talk about our company, my company. But we are skilled in the best truffle in our region, as many say, and this is something that pushed me to find for the products on the same line, the same sector of our products, our line. So like Habeas Lagrimus also is was the first, I think, to be connected to my company, to our company, me and my brother, that were in Barcelona, the kickoff, and it's from France. Claude is really it's really great friend and great producer of a special pine syrup, and this is something that really excellent and something used and tasted by the best chefs. As also the Portuguese honey, a company managed by two cousins, and Anna was the contact that I had. And I always had feeling with them, because also the same reason we produce very good products. So the same with Ursula. This Ursula from Sicily, from the Azienda Agricola Giuseppe Provenzano from Sicily, as the special part of Italy to produce olive oil. So it was really easy for me to connect all these companies. What we had at the beginning, the first initial objective was that the target was to go to Asia. Why Asia? Because Asia was at the moment we established that goal was the new land to go, because all we are companies, we were not strong there, we were not there, and we wanted to go to Shanghai, mainly in Shanghai, in a main city of a main international fair in China. But Shanghai was the final target. Of course, as you know, as everyone knows, the COVID stopped everything, so we had to change totally our product, our project, and we found a new space in Europe that we were not strong altogether, and it was in the Northern Europe. Like Northern Europe, we mean that group of the group of countries like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland. But I would say more. I would say all Baltic countries like Estonia, Esti, Latvia, and Lithuania. So this was the change. We switched the project from something in presence in China to something digital. So B2B marketplace, and the agency suggested us some names. To be short, I just go to explain it. Stars of Taste. That means very clearly what we mean. We had two phases, very short way. The first phase was to better understand the northern market and create a communication plan which suited perfectly the context of countries. And the second phase was to try to work to convert our targets and customers, because the platform shouldn't be only a showroom, a digital showroom, but just something to be eye-catching, and also to get all the potential clients, potential customers of these regions in steady clients. And the initial project will be in English, but it's forecasted translation in Swedish and also in other languages of the region. To be honest, the first issue of the mock-ups of the platform was in 9 languages, but was too large platform and too expensive, so we reduced to now it's in English, but next times will be updated in other languages. Sorry, I have your Windows, so I cannot read everything here. So we will have we bought the dominion startsoftaste.eu, and we will focus on good Google Ads advertising campaigns. So this will increase definitely all the contact, the visits on the website. And yes, this the activities implemented are on web marketing activities that we focused on with the agency, that all the strategic things pass through the marketing activities, and in those countries there, I think that with the online advertising strategy and dynamic remarketing campaigns and email marketing campaigns, we will be able to go inside all the addresses. We bought around 20,000 email addresses to go into those markets. I don't have time to explain you all the calculations we had about restaurants, pizzeria, and all bars and lounge that we discovered in those countries there. So I prefer to avoid to calculations. We also activated the analysis tools.
I have to stop.
Try to run here.
I have to stop you. Thank you.
You have to stop me.
You're very well.
Yeah, I just want to show you want to jump to some screenshots here. This is the screenshots, the first screenshots that we have at Stars of Taste, and these companies here shown in the platforms that we are updating here. We have a beautiful image of Anna, and also we have a beautiful image of our beautiful companies there. So we have I think we have a very good performing platforms, and we look forward to start the new project in a pretty good way. So this is something that wanted to show. I'm sorry to be late, to be longer than 10 minutes, but then I don't have any way to explain in less than 10 minutes. This is that. Just 10 seconds. I want to thank Giada Platania for called me to call me 2 years ago and 3 years ago to show this project. And also I want to thank SIG Industria and Marc Prat in Barcelona and all the Cambra of the Commerce at Barcelona. They helped us very much. So thank you so much to everyone, and thank you to my companies here in my consortium.
Thank you to all presenters, and in some case I suggest we have some course and training on taking the time while pitching, because especially in international events This is very, very important. It's a competitive advantage to be able to stay in time when you present your business. I leave the stage to Nicola Elizabeth Morris, the Policy Officer of the Business Support Network European Commission, for the final remarks. Thank you.
Hello, Nick. Hello, Nick.
Yes, hello, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Right, I'll put my camera back on. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so thank you very much for a really interesting meeting. I didn't get a chance to listen to all of the presentations, but I got a flavour of what you're doing. And what I really appreciate is that there was a lot of enthusiasm that's gone into these projects. You've brought in a wide range of complementary expertise. The businesses and the end partners are from different backgrounds. You've looked at you're from different countries. You've focused on a range of different target markets. I think the whole flavour of this project was sharing within the project, and also I'm pleased to note that there's been some sharing between the different the networks projects as well. And as a whole, I think you've obtained good results despite the very, very difficult situation. And so not just in terms of like numeric deliverables, partnership agreements, or the agreements in negotiation, but also looking at how you've gained in terms of expertise, experience, becoming more resilient and a bit more competitive by sharing human resources and export channels. And also other things such as increasing visibility. And perhaps to a certain extent, it was lucky that this project took place at the time it did, because I think it's given you a vehicle for adapting during the crisis as well, because I think working as a network is always more effective than working on your own. Now, obviously, I saw that you faced huge challenges in the crisis. Sometimes it tested your actual product offering. You've had to adapt, and also the methods, the way that you work. But what I've really seen is the way you've been flexible. You've adapted. You've had to change the way you market yourself and arrange meetings and adapt to working virtually. So, and I think this has all been done with a lot of enthusiasm. So, and what I can also see is that many of you are looking forward to the next stages. You can see that there's a future in this in these projects. So we're from the European Commission. We're really looking forward to receiving the final products and the guide. And we really wish you every success in your future cooperation. And thank you very much for a very, very interesting meeting.
Thank you very much. Well, we have reached the end for the morning. I recall all the participants that at 2 o'clock we start the business to business meetings event. This is very important to establish future collaborations. I apologize for the unpleasant role I had to play. I know that inviting to stay in time is always painful for people and unpleasant to receive those invitations. Thank you so much, and all the best for the future of all the projects. Thank you.
And now we are at the end, really. So we wish you all the best of luck. And we remind you that it's not really over, because we're waiting for your reporting. You'll have a couple of weeks of hard work before completing your activities, and then you will receive the grant, which is just the cherry on top of the ice cream, because the real reward was the work done together. And it was really a great pleasure working with you, working with my BNet partners from the Lithuanian Innovation Center and the Barcelona Chamber of Commerce. And we are there here as BNet partners, but also as EEN partners, as Enterprise Europe Network partners, ready to support you in the future together with the other external partners and stakeholders. So thank you so much and see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.